Do you feel let down by your partner when you're upset? Let's dive into how you can improve your relationship dynamics and find the support you need. Welcome to Cheap Talk, everyone. Ready to dive into the complexities of relationships? We're talking emotional support, expectations, and how to navigate those tricky moments when your partner just doesn't seem to get it. You know those times, right?
Oh, absolutely. We've all been there. That 3 a.m. I need you moment, and the response is less than ideal. It's rough.
Exactly. This article we're discussing starts with a pretty classic example. A woman, stressed, reaches out to her boyfriend, and he's, well, unavailable. Unable to take care of that now. Ouch.
Oof, yeah. Not exactly what you want to hear when you're vulnerable. It makes you question the whole relationship, right? Are we even on the same team here?
Right. And the article dives into this idea of reasonable expectations. We expect more from our partners than friends, which makes sense. But sometimes those expectations can be a bit sky high.
I see what you mean. Yeah, we almost expect them to be mind readers, fixers, perfect emotional sponges, and that's just not realistic.
Totally. Nobody's perfect. We all have our own stuff going on. The article uses this brilliant analogy of throwing and catching a ball. When one person's struggling, can the other catch their emotional ball, even if it's a bit of a fumble?
I love that analogy. It highlights the importance of shared coping. Like, yeah, you might not always catch it perfectly, but at least make the effort, right?
Exactly. And then there's the ideas of how you return that ball. Sometimes practical solutions aren't what's needed. Sometimes just a hug, validation, or even commiserating together is enough. It's about being present.
Right? It's not about having all the answers. It's about showing up, offering support, however clumsy it might be.
Totally. And what I found really insightful was the idea that we can actually teach our partners how to love us, how to respond in ways that feel supportive. Clear communication, setting boundaries, and expressing your needs directly can make a huge difference. Hmm.
Oh, absolutely. That's so important. We often assume our partner should just know, but sometimes we need to be explicit about what we need in those tough moments. It's about being on the same page.
For sure. And hey, if you're finding this conversation helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got more relationship deep dives coming your way. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, the container contained theory.
Right. This idea of holding space for each other's emotions, like becoming a container, so to speak, for the other person's feelings and returning them in a manageable way.
Exactly. It's like the ideal parent comforting a child, validation, reassurance, and making the difficult emotion feel a little less overwhelming.
Yeah. And it's not about fixing the problem, but about being that safe space, that source of comfort.
For sure. And it's a two-way street. This article highlights that it's not just about one person being the container. It's about mutual support, a symbiotic relationship where both partners contribute to the emotional well-being of the relationship. Hmm.
Absolutely. It's about building that shared sense of fate, that feeling that you're in this together through thick and thin.
Exactly. And when you have that, when you truly feel like you're a team, well, that's where the magic happens. The challenges become less daunting, the bond becomes stronger, and you build a resilience that can weather any storm.
Couldn't agree more. It's about finding that person who makes you feel like, hey, even if everything else falls apart, I still have you. That's powerful stuff. And don't forget to let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever let go of a relationship because you felt unsupported? What makes you a passing partner? We'd love to hear your perspectives. Subscribe for more insightful conversations on Cheap Talk.
So we're diving back into this fascinating world of relationship dynamics, picking up on this container-contained idea. It's pretty profound when you think about it, like how we can be there for each other emotionally, you know? Hmm.
Yeah, totally. It reminds me of that Falconer study from 2015, the meta-analysis on dyadic coping. They found such a strong link between how couples handle stress together and their overall relationship satisfaction. It's not just about individual coping, it's about that shared effort.
Oh, interesting. So like backing each other up, tag teaming those tough moments makes sense. It's like if one person's struggling, the other can step in and be that support, right?
Exactly. And Bodemann's work back in 2005 really highlighted that significance for marital functioning. Like when you feel like your partner's got your back, that you can rely on them, it strengthens the whole foundation of the relationship.
For sure, it's that sense of security that we're in this together vibe. And it ties back to that ball analogy, right? Being able to catch and return those emotional curveballs, even if you fumble sometimes.
Totally. And sometimes it's not even about fixing the problem, like you said. It's about being present, being that safe space. Just acknowledging your partner's feelings can make a world of difference.
Absolutely. And this makes me think about expectations, like Furman's research on expectations in different kinds of relationships, friends, romantic partners, etc. We obviously expect more from our partners, which is natural, but maybe we need to recalibrate sometimes, right? Be realistic.
Oh, yeah? Tell me more about that.
Well, it's like sometimes we put our partners on this pedestal, expecting them to be everything, our best friend, therapist, cheerleader, and, well, you get the picture. It's a lot of pressure.
Right. And that's where the communication piece comes in, like being clear about what you need rather than expecting them to just know.
Exactly. If you're struggling with anxiety, for instance, and I'm thinking of Koshtan's work here, expressing those emotions in a healthy way can actually strengthen the bond, but it's all about context and how your partner responds.
Context. That's key, isn't it? It's not always the what, but the how and the when. And if you're finding this helpful, folks, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We've got more relationship gold coming your way.
So, we've been talking a lot about relationships and how we navigate those, trickier emotional moments.
Yeah, those ouch moments, right? When you reach out for support and crickets, it can really shake the foundation of a relationship.
Totally. And this brings us to a key concept we've been exploring, this whole idea of containing emotions. It's fascinating, right?
It is. It's like being a safe harbor for your partner's feelings, even the messy ones. That 2013 work on attention and interpretation, the psychoanalytic perspective, it really digs deep into that, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah? I haven't looked into that one specifically, but I get what you're saying. It's like being present, validating their experience, not necessarily fixing it, just being there.
Right. And it's not always easy. We're not all naturally equipped to be emotional sponges, right? And Sanford and Rowat's 2004 research on negative emotions in relationships really highlights how tricky it can be.
Oh, interesting. I'll have to check that out. It makes me think of expectations too, yeah? Like sometimes we expect our partners to be mind readers, which isn't fair.
Totally. Berscheid and Amazal-Orso back in 2001 talked about emotional experience in close relationships. It's complex. We expect more from romantic partners than, say, friends.
For sure. It's like with friends, you might just commiserate, right? But with partners, we often want solutions, validation, and, well, everything.
It's a lot, and that's where that container-contained dynamic comes in. It's a two-way street. Both partners need to feel supported, understood.
Exactly. It's about building that shared sense of fate, like we're in this together. And honestly, folks, if you're resonating with this, give us a like and subscribe. It really helps us out.
Absolutely. We'd love to hear your thoughts too. Have you experienced feeling unsupported in a relationship? What makes you feel seen and understood by your partner? Share in the comments below. Now, going back to this idea of compatibility, it's more than just shared interests, right?
Right. It's about how you navigate those emotional currents. It's about being able to hold space for each other's stuff.
Exactly. And like that ball analogy we talked about earlier, being able to catch and return those emotional curveballs, sometimes clumsily, yeah, but with effort.
Totally. And sometimes it's not even about catching the ball perfectly. It's about acknowledging that the ball was thrown in the first place, you know?
Yes, just seeing your partner, acknowledging their feelings, that validation can be so powerful. And speaking of powerful folks, don't forget to check out our other episodes. We dive deep into all sorts of relationship dynamics.
We do. And hey, if you're finding this helpful, tell a friend. Spread the love, spread the knowledge. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, this idea of expectations.
Right. And how those expectations can sometimes, well, sabotage a perfectly good relationship, like expecting your partner to always know what you're thinking or needing.
Exactly. It's crucial to communicate your needs clearly. Don't expect your partner to be a mind reader. And this actually reminds me of a study.
Oh, yeah? Which one?
I can't recall the name right now, but it was about how expressing your needs, even negative emotions, in a healthy way can actually strengthen a relationship.
Makes sense. It's about vulnerability, right? Showing up authentically, even with the messy bits.
Totally. It's about being real, being honest, being you, and finding a partner who can appreciate and support that. And with that, folks, we're wrapping up this episode of Cheap Talk. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe for more insightful conversations. And remember, even when those emotional balls are flying, you're not alone. We're all in this together. So until next time, take care and be kind to yourselves and your loved ones. Bye, everyone.